Before I start the show, I need to shout out Mount Baker, Washington. Opening day 2024 was incredible, and I was there with Peter Line thanks to the generous support of the Mount Baker ski area. Thanks, guys. Season 10 is presented by Flojoy Water, Chris Roach's family business. Refresh your style with Flojoy artisanal mountain water. Pure water, pure stoke. And essential toothpaste tabs. Earth-friendly, adventure-ready toothpaste. Clean ingredients, supported by science. Wired Snowboards factory in Vancouver builds high-quality custom snowboards for about the same price as other brands' regular boards. I've created several one-of-a-kind wired customs, including a Chase 162 that's seen hundreds of my best powder days. Get yourself a game-changing snowboard and join the Wired team with Devin Walsh, Sasha Daly, and many others. Wired Snowboards. For more information, go to wiredsnowboards.com. Fixed bindings are my go-to for all my snowboards because they're comfortable, durable, and look rad. Fix makes bindings I want to ride. Simple, lightweight, and dependable, made from the best materials using the most environmentally friendly production processes possible. They offer lifetime warranty on bases and buckles. If you're looking for affordable performance bindings in the perfect color to match your fit, go to fixbindingco.com or grab them at your local retailer. Bluebird Coffee Tuning and Rentals in Squamish is the coolest new stop on your way to Whistler. Bluebird offers quality board tunes using state-of-the-art equipment, premium rentals for every level of rider with demos of Burton step-ons, and award-winning coffee and incredible smoothies. For a blend of expert knowledge, convenience, and lots of charm, stop by Bluebird in Squamish and get your board tuned at the newest mandatory stop on your way to Whistler. Pro Standard makes the grill mount the best mount for your Insta360 GoPro or DJI camera. It's a heat-moldable mouth mount, tripod, hand grip, hook mount, bottle mount, wall mount, clamp mount, glove mount, and shoe mount, designed by snowboard legend Ken Ochenbach to get you the perfect angle for snowboarding, surfing, biking, and it'll replace 90% of your other mounts. Use code FNRad to get 20 off your first order at prostandard.com. Support also comes from our friends at the Boardroom Snowboard Shop. Check out boardroomshop.com and use code FNRAD10 for 10% off regular priced items and FNRAD5 for 5% off sale items. 1910, the collaborative artworks of Jamie Lynn and Scof. FNRAD20 saves you 20% off at 1910.com. New Greens, the superfood green drink sourced from American farms. Use code FNRAD for 20% off at newgreens.com. I want to thank the kind snowboard outerwear, travel bags, and backpacks, Rip Curl's Anti-Series outerwear, and our friends at Mount Seymour, Grouse Mountain, and Cypress Mountain for their support. Peter Line was a leader of the progression in snowboarding from the 90s into the 2000s. His pro model boards on Division 23 were bestsellers. He started Forum with some high-profile business partners when he was just 21 years old. He designed a lot of outerwear and continues to do so, and he's still fostering progression in the community by supporting the upcoming generation as a current owner at Forum Snowboards. I got to shred Baker with him opening day this year, a testament to the perks of having a snowboard podcast for 10 seasons. I'm super proud to bring you this interview with the one and only Peter Line.
For a few days, we would paint address numbers on people's curbs. I'd go up and, hey, see your number's fading. We can do stencil of your number, it's $5 or something like that. And that lasted like a couple of days.
Who came up with that?
Or my buddy, like making some extra money, I guess.
He's like, we can make some cash this way.
Yeah, because in our neighborhood is like all the curbs are the same, and it's just this little stencil of the number.
Where were you living?
I was in Bellevue.
In Bellevue, proper.
Bellevue, Washington.
Are you still in Bellevue now?
No, I'm in downtown Seattle.
Yeah, you're in Seattle.
Yeah. I was like where my parents grew up. I moved out of there as soon as I got hairy armpits, I guess, or something. Late bloomer.
Yeah, so when you were 20 or something.
Yeah, something around there.
I love that. So your curb painting, did it make you guys some money and then you were done because you're like, we have money now?
It didn't make us enough money that we continue to do it, or we didn't care about the money.
Right.
It's like, oh, let's go skateboard, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's just more a thing to do. It's like, oh, I got a couple bucks.
Somebody figured it out that you could do that. That's actually kind of ingenious. I've never heard of someone.
I can't take credit for the idea.
It was a buddy. You started snowboarding at a very young age. At that time. Now
yes.
People are getting into it when they're 2 or whatever.
Yeah, for reference, in 1987, 13 was a young age to get into snowboarding, because to know what snowboarding was, you had to be a skateboarder, because that's the only kind of view of where you would know what snowboarding is from those magazines first.
Yeah.
I think some BMX magazines had a couple write-ups about snowboarding. And from there, there weren't really... I mean, the smallest board, I think, was 140, the board that I got.
Yeah.
So I think I was... chewing here, sorry.
I love it. I love it.
I think the smallest board that Sims had at the time was like a 150.
Yeah.
Granted, boards kind of... You rode a little bit bigger boards back then.
Well, everybody kind of shared a board still. It wasn't even at the point where everyone had their own board. It was a lot of hiking. 87's getting to resort time.
If you're serious, you get your own board.
Of course. Of course. But
I mean, like, you can't borrow your friend's board. Like, hey, let's go snowboarding. It's like, hey, can I borrow your board? It's like, well, what am I going to ride? It's like, I don't care. You can borrow it from Dave or whatever. Well, what's Dave going to ride? He can borrow it from Kevin.
I love it. But 87, there's almost no kids gear whatsoever. There isn't. That Switchblade comes out in like
88, yeah.
Around 87, 88, right.
Pocket knife and Switchblade.
Pocket knife, right, pocket knife. Which was, I don't even know what size that was, but it was like a one...
And it's a 45.
Yeah,
46, 45, 46.
Still kind of big.
Switchblade is bigger.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the Kidwell is 62 or 65 or something.
Was Sims already on your radar at that point, like as something that you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically Sims, Barfoot, Burton, and then these cool, crazy winter stick boards that had these like little... They had like this plastic plexiglassy little dots all over it.
Yeah.
That looked like that one game that you etch, like Light Bright, that you put the pegs in.
Totally.
It looked like that on the top sheet. So they're always like, these are cool looking. They're like $1,000, I think, even back then.
They were brittle. Like
there's just like 180 or 2,000 size centimeter powder board. So it's just more of a novelty. Like, those are what boards used to look like.
Where would you even go to look at snowboards in 1987 in Bellevue? Was there like a ski shop that
Bike
had
Factory with Bob Barcy. So he's kind of a legend at the time for being one of the first guys around to snowboard, and had Bike Factory that sold skateboards,